This episode is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Pixel Imperfect podcast. This is episode 4, I think. I think I've got that right. I'm Sean, and I'm here with my co-host here, Bart.
Hello.
And, we've made it episode 4. Is that almost a month, or is it an actual month?
I mean, it's one every week. As in, we haven't really recorded one a week.
We kind of cheated last week.
Yeah, I haven't really fully asked. How were your holidays, Sean? How did it go?
It went really well. I enjoyed the break. I went to England, in the Lake District for a bit.
Oh, I didn't. Lake District's good. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we went around all the lakes. Absolutely amazing scenery, and I ended up doing pixel art every night. Oh, which is the most consistent I've been with it,
or just pertaining to other stuff.
Pertaining to other stuff. It was nighttime. My bed wasn't the most comfortable, and I just thought that I'd do some pixel art while I was there. So it was all done on mobile with no assistance of Ace-Brite, Sag.
No. Oh no!
No Ace-Brite. Yes,
Ace-Brite.
Yeah, I was stuck on Pixel Studio, which is good in of itself, but it doesn't have as many tools for what I was wanting to do.
Got you. Yeah, no lakes though. Come on.
I mean, probably a missed opportunity.
You didn't even make any lakes while you were in the Lake District, my man.
Yeah. Okay, I can see where I've gone wrong there.
I'm expecting a lake piece sometime soon to at least somewhat compensate.
You know how bad I am at backgrounds. Come on.
It's just put the lake in the foreground. Duh.
Why didn't I think of that?
Why didn't we think of that?
So
yeah,
for today's episode, I think we were the sort of the discussion point that I was coming to bring to the table was outlines. I wanted to talk a bit about outlines. So, what exactly do you know about outlines then?
I don't know. It's the thing you put on the outside of a piece, sometimes inside to define shape better. I guess it's shape.
Yeah.
The outline of. I don't know how to put it into words. What does my opinion. What does Merriam-Webster have to say? I mean, okay, outline in general, it's gonna be, a line indicating the outer contours or boundaries of an object or figure.
Yeah, but that's the cop-out answer. What's an outline to you?
What's an outline? Oh, now you want the philosophy answer.
Yes, give me your philosophical opinion on outlines.
A philosophical take on outlines.
How have outlines defined our society?
I mean, I feel like outlines in the context of art are not always, but often a more cartoony-ish thing. Mm-hmm. I use them in that way. Yeah. I often, when I think I want to give it more cartoonish aesthetic, then one of the tools I use is I give it a simple black outline. It's like 1 pixel wide outline. That's it. Mm-hmm. Well, not that's it in making it look cartoony, but that's it for the outline part. Yeah.
So to me,
that's what outlines often are, is making things more cartoony.
But here we're Pixel Imperfect, so we gotta say about how outlines affect pixel art. Then,
I mean,
so I think there's a lot more creativity within the pixel art community for outlines, that kind of thing. Because there's so many different things you've got. Actually, on the YouTube video, you're gonna see the avatars of both me and you. I have a pure white outline that has the outline corners, and you have no outline.
Yeah, I
specifically did that. Oh. No outlines.
Boom. I feel so bare. So naked, no outlines.
No outline.
Just exposed to the rest of the piece, unprotected.
Yeah. So outlines, they're good for defining a character from a background, but also on smaller pieces. There's a much heavier emphasis on how outline will define your style, because on smaller there's three sort of main outlines for pixel art. Before I get into any of the other details and specifics, there's three main outline choices. You've got no outline, which I gave you. I have colored outline, which is it's shaded along with the colors within the piece. And then you have the solid color outline, which would be just pure black, pure white outline, that kind of thing. Usually pure black. And then you've got the other choices, such as where you want to put in the corners. So if you want to make something look sharp on the outline, you'd keep a corner piece.
The thickness of the outline.
That too.
That's sometimes all consideration.
Mm-hmm. On bigger pieces, sometimes thicker outlines can look better, especially if you're going for a cartoony look.
Yeah, again, cartoony look, which I whenever I did outlines, I always did only one pixel white, but there was there's one piece. I mean, my pieces are all hot garbage, so I'm not gonna...
don't say that. Positive mental attitude.
No. We're not Jacksepticeye.
Okay. I don't care. It's not just limited to him.
Right, he tried to spread the message, but whatever, you know.
All right.
No, just kidding. I'm not gonna say anything about the quality of my pieces then. No, was it Raven from... I don't remember why. It was for a Pixel Dailies theme. I don't remember why, but I made Raven from Teen Titans. I'm pretty sure that's the name. Do the pog face, or I try to anyway. And
Raven doing a pog face?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I'm gonna have to look at that at some point.
Hold on, I can upload it.
Oh boy, I hope you're ready for that to be put on the podcast. I've gotta show that to the world now.
Yeah, Raven pog, and I'm pretty sure I might be lying, but I remember using those Thickums outlines. Yeah, a little bit of that was thicker outlines for that one.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I see.
Try it. I mean, it was my first attempt at doing so, so it's not.
I'd say it works.
Perfect, but
I'd say it works. It gives it more style.
Yeah, that was the point. Where it's like, I need this to have a little bit more spice, a little bit more pizzazz than just a simple outline.
I'm gonna send you a couple of my ones. I normally go with no outline. More recently, I've been, because of I'm doing a lot more sketching, and there's a lot more outlining pieces within the sketch. I've been doing outlines because I've just been filling in the sketch at that point, and then unintentionally giving myself outlines. But normally, here's a couple of pieces, including my animated one. I normally just go for no outlines and just go straight into the piece.
I mean, on that bottom one, you could technically consider it like partly outlined by that like red light.
Yeah, the red backlight.
Yeah,
I still am yet to master backlight, but I will.
I mean, light in general, right? Like
light, am I right, guys?
Light,
laugh
track. Better actually put in a laugh track.
I will. Canned laughter.
Canned laughter. Come on, guys. We're turning into the Big Bang Theory show.
Yeah. Or I think Mr. Bean also has canned laughter.
Yeah, but Mr. Bean's actually funny.
This is true. I do like Mr. Bean. Oh man, growing up with Mr. Bean.
I did not grow up. I honestly, I'd like...
You didn't grow up? You're still an infant?
I didn't grow up. I'm still a little baby. Yeah, I'm a 20-year-old baby. I don't know if I told you this. No, I didn't grow up with Mr. Bean. I did see I saw bits of the animated show, like episodes here and there.
Yeah,
and then the other like Mr. Bean-esque character I came across, which was just Rowan Atkinson, just being Rowan Atkinson in was the, what is it, Johnny English
movies? That's the one. Where he plays like a spy.
Similar type vibes of just. But it's basically, what if Mr. Bean was a spy? Yeah.
That's absolutely what it is, and it's really funny.
Yeah, it is really funny. So yes, they deserve the canned laughter. We don't.
We don't get canned laughter every time we crack a joke.
Oh no.
Man, it'll make the podcast sound really... It'll be really difficult to listen to the podcast if we're putting canned laughter after every joke.
Yeah, we crack so many because we're such funny lads.
We crack so many because we're eggs. There you go, another place for canned laughter. I'm pushing in as many as I can because I love...
Shut up. No.
Because I love editing so much, yeah.
Yeah, no, now we're gonna have to start, like, to make it sound convincing, restart every episode, like, just before the intro. It's just like, oh, you can put this at the start of the episode, just like, this episode is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
You realize that I now have to put that as the open, because last episode I decided to shake it up and have a little skit before the before the intro. I'm putting that.
Yeah. It's like that, and then canned laughter, and then the intro.
Yes. All right, deal. You've got yourself a deal.
Yeah. So you guys, like, what, like 8 minutes or something into the or 12 minutes? Oh, gee, my goodness.
I mean,
the episode
a lot.
Right now. Now you
quite
understand.
A bit at the start.
Yeah. Okay.
So outlines really.
Outlines.
Yeah. Back to outlines. There's not a huge amount that I can really say without showing off some examples.
Right. Mr. Bean is outlined in the animated show.
That's probably because it's a cartoon. I mean, almost every cartoon that I can think of has an outline. The only example that I have of something that doesn't have an outline
didn't have outlines, I'm pretty sure.
Which one?
Kids Next Door.
Kids Next Door. I don't remember that show.
Oh, they do have outlines. My goodness, I wildly misremembered how this show looked.
Yeah, something more recent, which was an animated thing, which didn't have outlines, was those Star Wars shorts. What was it? A Galaxy of... what was it? Galaxy of Adventure. Those ones, they didn't have outline.
Yeah. And, I mean, I think in that sense... Oh, right. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's... Why is it playing through there? Oops,
oh, no.
Sorry, guys.
We're going to get a copyright strike.
Why is it playing through this? I guess because it's plugged into the microphone. Whatever.
But it's a really good stylistic choice.
Oh, yeah. It kind of reminiscent of Arcane. Mm-hmm. Well, vaguely.
Reminds me of a game that I really liked called Invisible Ink.
Uh-huh.
Where the characters didn't have outline. It was a really fun stealth game. But all of the characters looked like they were really angular and stylized, and they didn't have outlines, I don't think.
Right.
It was really good looking, and I am just giving myself so much editing. I'm going to have to show all of these.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to give you some more. I mean, I feel like in context of cartoons and shows, like, I guess we are just kind of extending this topic beyond pixel art a little bit, but who cares? It's good fun either way. In context of, like, TV shows and all that, and series and kid shows and whatever, it is kind of, like, this goes beyond just outlines, of course, but like more and more kid shows are turning to like 3D animation, and you don't really see outlines of that a whole lot.
Yeah, things like Tron, that animated Tron TV show. What was it? Tron Revolution, I think it was. That was another 3D animated one.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, such a good show, actually. I wonder what happened to it.
We could take a. Unless you had some other stuff to say, we could take a peek at some video games, pixel art video games potentially that use outlines and whatnot.
Yeah, if you want, I've got literally none of them lined up, but I can get them on the fly.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna get them on the fly as well.
Here we go. Here's some unscripted, off the cuff stuff.
The first one I just thought of was Binding of Isaac, as in. Mm-hmm. That what is and is not outlined, because I feel it's a mix.
It depends. I mean, if you look at Minecraft art, for example, it has well, actually, Minecraft art depends, because it has both non-outline as well as colored outline.
Yeah, the egg has an outline.
Mm-hmm. Whereas string doesn't have an outline.
String doesn't. Apple does ish. Like it definitely has a different color border. This is weird. You'd expect it to be consistent. I do wonder why they make it. I mean, it's like it feels right that those two items have like an outline, right? The egg or the apple. It could be that we're just used to it, but it feels like it's a deliberate choice in that they found that if they remove the outline and made it more fit with technically the general style of the game, then it would actually look weird.
Well, I mean,
as in
because I've done a lot of Minecraft art.
Most of them do have outlines to some sense, like swords as tools as well.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much everything has an outline.
To be fair, the inside of the tools is not. There's like there's more pixels on the outline than there is on the interior of tools. To be fair,
that's part of the style. And actually, looking at the string in Minecraft, you could argue that the black pixels that go under the white pixels of the string, you could argue that that's a partial outline. It's just because if it was any thicker, it wouldn't look like string. There.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah, you could say that.
So,
I mean, just
despite it not
boxes for everything, it will give everything an outline.
Yeah, there you go.
It might not fit, but you know.
Yeah, but it actually having a section of pixels underneath, would you classify that as an outline, despite it not going all the way around?
What do you mean? Like going underneath?
So for string, if you take a look at the texture of it. It's got the white string, and then underneath each of the white pixels is a darker, sort of dark grey pixel.
Hold on, I'll take a quick peek. Yeah. All right.
That acts as the outline, I'd say.
I mean, it's the thing where it's like, it's even if it is an outline, it serves the same goal an outline does sometimes, which is give contrast to make something more visible, which is definitely the point of these pixels under here, right? So, in the sense that they're given contrast to the item, because otherwise it's white and would probably blend in too easy in certain environments. Yeah, I would say I would probably call it an outline. Even if it isn't called an outline, it serves the same purpose as one. Yeah. In this case.
So it's partially an outline.
Yeah.
Yeah. Things like Brandon James Greer did a thing a bit ago on outlines, and how he started trying out using partial outlines in his art, where the outline would just stop at specific places, and it would suggest, like, you're going up a line that goes 2 by 1 pixels, like a 2 by 1 pixel line. So every section is 2 by 1, and it goes up like that. And he would erase one of the pixels in that to make the suggestion, and it makes the lines kind of smoother.
Right.
Despite it not being fully attached.
Right.
I suppose the best way that I can show it would be showing an example of it. I'll do some art.
Do it in the podcast. I don't understand what's going on.
Hold on.
Besides me right now. Wowie, that looks impressive.
Here's a cool thing that I actually learned while I was practicing for this recording. I can adjust the background in real time.
Oh boy.
So as in change it altogether, or just do like color shifts or whatever? Altogether. All I need to do is overwrite the file, and then it'll just replace it.
Sick.
In real time, so I can make any edits in my background for anybody that's actually watching. For you listeners, I'm sure how entertaining us talking about visuals. Too bad.
Too bad. Go watch on YouTube. No, don't kid. Watch on whatever platform you feel like. Outlines.
Yeah.
Outlines.
Such a good topic. I think we're overdue a break of topic and moving on to the next one quickly. Then. So I mentioned sketching.
Yeah.
So how do you construct your pixel art then?
I mean, what I do is first draw an outline. So that's how I guess that's how I'm also most familiar with outlines, but I don't usually leave them in the final piece. It's more like, here's the shape I want, and then kind of go from there.
Yeah.
And that's my whole sketching process. So for everyone doing their actual sketching, then proper outline and basic coloring, and screaming at me right now. Deal with it, because I don't spend a lot of time on my pieces, so
Yeah.
But yeah, I probably should make a sketch of some sort, like a more loose-handed one, make an outline out of that, and then I don't know, the rest of the owl. I don't know. Depends on whatever I'm making. But usually I don't leave it in there. And again, sometimes I do for specific effects, such as making it more cartoony, or that's it really, contrasts sometimes.
My method has changed over time, I think. So when I'm actually constructing pixel art, going back to the first episode about my journey. When I first started off, I was just going straight into the piece, doing things as I thought would be fine. So I would just start off drawing the head, fully complete that, start drawing the body, fully complete that. No structure before I did things.
Yeah.
And then afterwards I would add an outline if I wanted one. But I usually, for the first few pieces that I did just go for a plain black outline, no corners. It was all just uniform. And then I saw an art style which used no outline, and I tried that for a bit. And I found it really difficult at first, because without having an outline, it's difficult to have the contrast of different areas and things. So you've got to use color, for example. Color's a really great way of providing contrast. But then I realized, hold on, I can't just... What if I want a character that has a red shirt, but also has a red sleeve, and that red sleeve goes over their body? Then
I've struggled with that.
I can't provide color contrast. Turns out the solution's actually much easier than I thought at the time. Good tip if you want to have outlineless art even. Oh no, my voice.
Oh no.
Yeah, oh boy. Good tip for outlineless art would be to have don't shy away from good contrast within the shading of your piece. So if you have red shirt going over a red area, what you can do is you can kind of fake an outline using darker color so that it provides a shadow. And if you don't want
to do it,
and stylistically, you can just have the shadow going underneath it and leave the part of the sleeve, because we're going with that example. You can leave the part of the sleeve looking like it blends into the shirt. They did that in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse with quite a few things, actually. The example that comes to mind is Kingpin.
Kingpin.
Yeah, absolute meme lord, Kingpin.
I'm sorry, just getting reminded of Kingpin all of a sudden is...
Actual bowling ball looking guy.
Bowling ball? He's a little bigger than that. Oversized black painted beach ball.
So he's a large bowling ball.
Oh yeah, big bowling ball.
My favorite
biggest there's ever been.
My favorite image is when you've literally just got the head on a black background.
Oh yeah, I've made that.
Fills the canvas and it's just the head.
Well, not fully that, but hold on, let me see if I can find...
Wouldn't it be really funny?
There he is. There he is.
The man.
The man.
There you go. There's the thumbnail for this one.
Oh god.
We're gonna have one of us as Kingpin, just on a black background.
Just put the megaphone on there or something.
Yeah, there you go. Just a megaphone on a black background.
No, but Spider-Verse, great that you mentioned.
Masterfully artistic.
Oh, God.
So good. But
this is not an episode to gush over that movie, but
we can a little bit, but
we can a little bit. It's great. It's so good. It's like, have you seen the new trailer for the Puss in Boots movie?
The one where Puss goes, he like opens the thing and he goes, "Hey, want to see something cool?" And then
it's clearly. I mean, okay, it's not a copy or something. I'm not saying that. Like, that would be disrespectful, but it is pretty clearly inspired by that style of animation that Spider-Verse introduced, rekindled. I'm not sure.
Puss in Boots into the. I'm trying to think of a really
into the Kittyverse.
Into the Kittyverse. There you go.
There we go. No, as in, the movie looks good, and I kind of want to go watch it.
I haven't watched a movie in years. No, that's a lie.
Me neither.
I haven't watched a movie in a while.
I lied. I have, totally.
I think the last...
Why did I say that?
What was the last movie I watched?
Plenty of movies. Last movie I watched in theaters, I'm pretty sure... No, that's a lie as well. The last I remember watching is Dune Part 1.
I think the latest movie I watched was Venom 2. I'm going to watch the Sonic movie soon. The Sonic movie 2.
Venom 2. That's a while ago.
I got it on DVD, so I didn't go to see it in cinemas.
The last one I watched in theaters was No Way Home. Spider-Man No Way Home.
Ooh, I didn't watch that one in cinemas. Avoiding spoilers for that was painful.
Yeah, have you watched it now?
I have seen it.
Good. We're not going to spoil anything on this podcast.
Yeah, don't worry. This is a spoiler-free podcast.
Except we're spoiling one thing about Spider-Verse in that it's freaking beautiful.
Yeah, the art
if
is
you somehow
good.
Haven't watched it, I don't like you until you do.
Wait, that's a bit far, don't you think?
No, absolutely not.
I'm afraid if you haven't watched Spider-Verse, if you live in a third world country and are really struggling in poverty, my heart goes out to you, but unfortunately Bart does not like you.
Mine doesn't. No, just kidding. It is hyperbole. Duh. Yeah. No. God, but I am excited for at least 2 more. That's the best part of Spider-Verse.
Wait, there's
movies.
At least 2 more? I knew they were making a sequel because I've seen the trailer.
You get the sequel, which is Spider-Verse, Spider-Man Through the Spider-Verse Part 1, which implies there has to be at least 1 more part.
Oh, that's brilliant. I didn't know that it was Through the Spider-Verse Part 1.
Yeah.
I hope to see Spider-Noir again. He was my favorite.
Possibly. I mean, it was Nicolas Cage, right? So,
yeah.
Obviously. Wait, hold on. I need to refresh myself on the full Spider-Verse looks. Are there any points where they use outlines for anything?
Quickly.
Not even for the pig.
Bring it back to pixel. Bring it back to pixel art and outlines. Touch base with the pixel art before going off on a rant again.
Okay, well, no, you mentioned it as in they use that a lot to kind of blend stuff together and fake outlines. I can kind of see it in this picture here happening, the one I'm looking at, but whichever that one is. But no, it doesn't seem like they use outlines, so. But yeah, they do that to create lighting, all that. But even, I'm surprised that even the cartoon Spider Pig Ham, what's his name?
Spider Ham.
Spider Ham doesn't have like actual outlines. Maybe the hammer he grabs or something. I don't know.
I've just looked up into the Spider-Verse and the first thing I see is Markiplier's face posted onto Kingpin running. Oh, it's so good.
What is it with Markiplier's face that's just so
memeable?
Why are you gonna show me this image?
Okay,
I need to see it.
I'm just gonna copy it. It's less than 200 pixels.
Basically pixel at that point, isn't it?
Yeah, here you go. Boom.
Alright.
Yeah, it's so good.
I remember this one. Why does I mean, I get it because it's Markiplier, but also at the same time, why does he get edited onto everything?
First it was
everything.
What was his name? Lord Farquaad. It was edited onto Lord Farquaad.
No, well, it was not that. It was like a bit politician, I'm pretty sure, with Lord Farquaad's head with Markiplier's face, and then deep fried to hell.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. What? So yeah, stylistically, Markiplier has a very aesthetic face. It just goes on everything.
Yes. About as beautiful as Spider-Verse.
Man, I would probably be more scared of Markiplier running towards me with a body like that as opposed to Kingpin running towards me.
Because, there's only one reason why Markiplier would be running at you like that. It's because you haven't watched his latest show, whatever that is at the moment.
Yeah.
Distractable, In Space with Markiplier.
Guys, you're watching the wrong podcast. If you don't switch now, Markiplier's gonna get you.
Or else I'm gonna come find you.
Yeah. Oh man.
No. Okay.
Absolutely brilliant guy.
Oh yeah, he is.
In Space with Markiplier also released.
Distractible X Pixel Imperfect when.
Yo, man, a man can dream.
Not.
A man can
We can
dream,
but absolutely not.
Man, I would freeze on the spot just as soon as we get on call.
But we wouldn't. So you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I don't think that's like I don't think they're gonna do stuff like. I think they're just gonna continue with the free people format. Like there were mentions of guests jokingly and sometimes as a maybe in like the first few episodes. That's like they're like almost a year in at this point.
Yeah,
how long has it been going?
Still no.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
As in, I say that, but it's distractible. But whatever. These are faraway dreams.
Faraway dreams.
I mean, certainly no time soon we shall achieve. But we can hold on hope for a very far but possibly bright future.
Possibly bright is all I need. As long as I think that there's light at the end of the tunnel, I'm gonna keep walking.
There could be light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, it's like, I can't see it just yet, but I know if I keep walking, there could be. And that's what's driving me. The possibility that I'm actually in a tunnel and not a cave.
Right.
Yeah, that's what's driving me with the podcast. That we could. I mean, I'm also having a lot of fun with it, just having a laugh and joking around.
Yeah.
But the possibility of this leading into other things, that's.
I mean, yeah. For me, it's just. Again, I'm also doing a lot, but for me, it's just I'm kind of rolling into it. I don't really have expectations or like things I want it to lead to at this point.
Yeah, that's
like, I want it to be successful. Duh, I want to.
Mm-hmm.
I want for it to do well at the very least, which I feel that it's done surprisingly well so far ish. As far as like more than I expected anyway, because I expected basically nothing.
Yeah, how many views have we got currently on our first video then? Let's
The first one did most well, which I mean, I do feel like the third episode was really good though, so
we'll have to wait and see how many views that one gets. Yeah, first episode we've got 82 views at time of recording.
Ooh.
There you go. 82 views, almost 100.
That's for like a first episode. That's pretty good.
Aye.
The second one got like half.
We're just gonna ignore all of these big VTuber debuts that get thousands and thousands of views on their first episode.
Okay, but aren't VTubers? I mean, don't you mean like VTubers who are part of some group? Like,
yeah, but then you've got the
that's
standalones
the
that have big views
right?
as well.
Right, but
they'll get quite a few. Yeah, we're a podcast. We're not as popular as that.
Yeah, you can compare us to those sorts of folks, but it's like
not really much of a comparison.
Yeah, it's something entirely
it's like comparing an apple
to
to a a shoe rack. They're two different things.
I mean, yes.
Although,
what if they were both VTubers?
Although, possible future for us. What if we became VTubers and did the podcast with VTuber avatars?
I thought you were going to say, what if we turned into a shoe rack?
What if we did turn into a shoe rack?
That would be interesting. I wonder how many shoes I wonder whose shoes I would hold.
And for my next trick, I will turn Bart into a shoe rack.
No.
No, don't turn me into a shoe rack. No. It's that don't turn me into a marketable plushie meme. It's just a shoe rack. Yeah.
No, please don't turn me into a shoe rack.
Yeah, but the future looks bright and full of shoes.
Full of shoes on me.
Yeah.
Because I store them, and that is my only purpose.
My purpose, I wake up, I store shoes, I go to sleep. Man, I've got an idea for April Fool's next year.
Oh boy. I mean,
replace our avatars with shoe racks.
I think it is a shame because we did miss. I mean, it was the second episode. It would have been a bit weird to already pull in stuff like that. Yeah. But it was a bit of a shame that we missed like the one time where April 1st fell on Friday, which is when we decided to upload our episode. So it was like,
missed opportunity.
When's it next year?
When's April Fool's next year? Probably next year. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess it's on the 1st of April next year. Rough guess.
It's Saturday. It's Saturday.
It's
okay,
a Saturday.
It's a Saturday. We can upload a day late and be like, haha, April Fool's. No,
April Fool's, guys. April Fool's has come early. It's still March.
March. Oops.
Here, the real prank is that we actually did nothing.
Oh
man, when we get popular enough to have a community tab, then we can have some fun because then we don't have to stick to the schedule for that.
We just it was like on April 1st on April 1st we just post like a poll on the community tab with just outrageous like topics. It's like, oh, you guys get to vote on one.
Yeah. One thing that I do want to.
One topic is like, how many baby kidnappings could Bart get away with? Like,
well, if we announce it, probably 0.
Oh, oops! There go my plans.
Well, Bart, I think you're on some sort of list now.
Oops.
Well, in order to protect myself, I am now going to immediately disconnect from the call and stop associating with you under all.
No way! Well, I can't run this show on my own. I could. I totally could.
I think you could. I think you could.
I just ramble on my own. Yeah, I could totally ramble on my own for an hour.
Yep.
It helps having a co-host, though.
This is true. Then you can bounce stuff off on each other.
Marginally less awkward.
This is true. I think a third co-host would also help to prevent any silences in between. Keep things running really smooth. True, but there will. Plus, new ideas into the pool. 3 brains are better than 2.
Oh, really though? Yeah, just monkey together still. Just
I mean,
bang our heads together. It's like if we had a third one, like one extra idea will be squeezed out. Maybe.
All right. Now we're not saying that you guys have no ideas, but.
What?
Hey, you're listening to this podcast. Do you want to be a potential co-host? Too bad. You've got one idea. We don't need you.
One idea. No, as in it's more the thing where if you come to talk to these two lads here, you will just
lose brain cells.
Acutely lose brain cells and get on our level, right? So
we did
get
to our level.
ideas from someone. Multiple in fact. So I mean.
And I'm
sorry,
feedback.
no data. You cannot be a co-host because you already gave 2 ideas, and I kind of just said a third co-host could only give 1 idea, so that's just too bad.
No, you're too smart for us. Sorry.
Too smart for us. Too much brain.
Brain.
Like, we kind of actually have someone on here who understands pixel art, right? You know?
Are you saying I don't understand?
What are you saying? You do understand what you're doing?
You got me there.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, I'm making stuff up as I go along. So you've won that. You've won that one.
I mean, isn't that art in general though? You just kind of make stuff up.
Yeah.
Right? You kind of know some patterns, but you're like, yeah, this is what this thing looks like, right? You just kind of go like this.
Yes.
It's all making up.
Yeah, making it up as we go along.
Yeah, making up everything, making up.
Kind of like this podcast.
Distractions, making up outlines, because that's still technically the topic.
I mean, we can start with a topic and then go off on one. I think at this point, the podcast has become two pixel artists talk about things on their mind, as opposed to.
We definitely need to see. This is why we need a guest episode, because then we'll actually have a person.
Yeah, and then that person can be our focus that brings us back to pixel art,
right? Instead of just us.
Please message us, write to us, talk to us something.
We have one person already, so but we're struggling to figure out a time to record with them.
Unless you live in America, of course, or any time zone that doesn't match up with ours, then don't bother.
So, then it's just cut off like 90% of our potential. Like,
hey guys, do you live in a country? Too bad.
Do you live? Sorry, can't work with that.
Well, I've got some good news for us. We've got bots on the market then. We can have a bot co-host.
We could just get like a chatbot.
Absolutely. One day I will bring a chatbot onto this podcast. Mark my words.
Right. God. Outlines. Is there anything else specific you want to talk about with outlines?
As opposed to outlines,
keep it up a little bit still.
I suppose,
so the main conclusion we draw is it's used in contrast. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For
cartoons, but is there any other specific art style that you could also relate outlines with?
As opposed to cell shading or toon shading for 3D stuff, I can't really think too much on it.
Yeah, right. Because I don't think it's like, as in, that's not saying you must use outlines only when you're either using it for contrast or when you're doing it for cartoon effect. Mm-hmm. You can use it in many other situations still, but I don't know, when I think of the style of art cartoony in the context of pixel art, I often do imagine there's some sort of outline.
Yeah.
Which even in that sense, there doesn't need to be.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've seen some of the examples where cartoons don't have outline.
Yeah. But it's just one I often associate with having outlines. But is there any other?
So, I think, moving slightly on a tangent with outlines, you've got sort of, the way that things are shaded can also determine which outline is used. So, circling back to sort of pixel art, that kind of thing. The outlines that we pick for the pixel art can largely, the outline itself can determine the shading, and the shading can determine the outline. It depends on which one you do first. So, for example, the sprites that I use.
Exactly. Huh. Explain. Yeah. No. Continue.
Yeah, the sprites that I use for this podcast, I did the shading first, and then thought about outlines afterwards. Outlines to me have always been a bit of an afterthought. I've never gone in outline first, except for a couple of recent ones where I've constructed it and then filled in the outline. Outline has always been an afterthought.
Right.
So if you're going to go in with the notion that outlines are indeed an afterthought, then the shading will probably determine what type of outline that you think works well. Same with what type of background you have.
Right.
Whereas if you go in with a specific style in mind where you think, okay, I'm going to go in with a specific outline because I want it to look cartoonish, then the outline itself can determine the shading, because you won't need to worry too much about the
contrast.
Yeah, about the contrast. So
right, because that's already done by the outline.
Yeah,
so.
the outline does all of the work for you. So you've got that kind of sort of
interesting. Yeah.
So that can determine what type of shading you do, and it can also determine lighting as well. Because a lot of people that don't use outlines, I know I've struggled with this. Having the light hitting specific areas would make it look like it would blend into one another, and you don't want that. So sometimes you can get lighting looking a little bit funky because you don't use outlines. If you do use outlines, you don't have to worry nearly as much about where the lighting is coming from in order to prevent overlapping areas. So you can just you can use the outline to provide all the contrast that you need.
Yeah.
So that's my take on outlines.
So I guess outlines could be used as it's just what you're saying here is as a means to make lighting and shading easier in a sense. Because you could use it that way if you were doing it before that process.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I suppose my tip for my fellow pixel artists would be to definitely experiment with outlines at some point. That's what I was doing over my holiday, actually. I was experimenting with different outlines, seeing what fit, what doesn't. Some people like having the outline as part of the body, so they'll have an outline underneath the feet. And some people would prefer to have the outline not underneath the feet, so that the outline is just pure contrast against the background.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Good stuff. There is also a third.
There's a third?
I mean, there is a third co-host, actually. We're introducing them now. No, just kidding.
I would like to welcome
where was I going?
Markiplier to the
Stop. This man's having dreams of grandiosity. He needs to slow down there, pal.
I am going I will get him on the podcast in one way.
We're just going to keep name dropping him until he is forced to come on here.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Yeah.
If you say Markiplier to the E-meme 3 times, he will materialize in your room.
The ghost of Markiplier past will visit you if you have a really bad Christmas, that kind of thing.
His what past? His college past, where he was a reckless, deadly fool.
Yeah. No.
Oh no! Where I was actually going is the consideration. I asked, what style do you associate outlines with? But there's, of course, also just art pieces. I don't know if this happens in pixel art necessarily a lot, but there is just art that is just outlines, really. I guess 1-bit art, quote unquote.
Yeah, 1-bit art. Actually, you get different types of outlines with 1-bit art because you've got outlines that are solid with all the colors. You've got outlines which only connect via corners. You've got the outline. So, say for example, black and white. You had black background and white foreground because that's my preference. You can have it go black, white, black. So the outline itself has an outline, just to emphasize the fact that there is indeed an outline there. You can get all sorts of creative stuff.
Outline of the outline.
Yeah.
We're going deeper.
Outlineception.
I mean, yeah, you got layered outlines as well.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
there's their concept. I say layer outline of an outline if that's a wild concept. I've done stuff like that.
Oh,
basically make an outline of an outline. I don't remember for which pieces, but
I'm definitely gonna.
That is.
I was planning on animating an episode. Well, not a full hour-long episode. I am not going to be able to do that. But
do the full thing.
Do the full thing, or you're a coward. No, I was planning on animating maybe a minute from an episode, and then uploading that to YouTube Shorts. Maybe generate some more views because it's shorter.
Oh yeah,
shorter thing, easier to see. Play the algorithm. Yeah.
Shorts are the future, or the present, or are the now.
Yeah, but then there's... I really don't mean to keep interrupting you. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. Continue. Because I have a lot to say, so, helps.
I've lost my train of thought, actually. I forgot. YouTube Shorts. There we go.
Yeah, I was about to say.
YouTube Shorts. I still do plan on animating a minute.
Nope.
So, yeah, for something like that, I could animate it in any way I want. So if I wanted to do one bit, I could do a 1 bit.
You could change it up.
Yeah,
every time.
I don't have to animate things in the style of the podcast itself. I can change up the style.
Oh yeah.
So now you go.
No, go ahead. I don't know where I was going with my words.
Is
filler content?
Isn't that just most conversation?
I mean, yeah, that's what I've been doing for these past 4 episodes. I just start talking and it just it
works. It works.
It just starts spilling it out, and I'm like, oh no, it's going.
Yeah. So, also, I don't think we've actually determined a length for the episodes, so we can stop at whatever point we want.
We can, yeah. Well, I mean, we're hitting like 50 minutes currently.
Yeah. So we can keep this episode a little shorter if we run out of steam.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. But I mean, also, yeah. I mean, I did mention the just outline art. I mean, the you see that in 1-bit art, I guess, in pixel art a lot. Yeah. So there's your other style that you can associate outlines with. Though I feel like that is a bit of a weaker connection, but technically, yeah, you can.
It's technically connected.
Yeah, but I mean, the way you see just outline pixel art most often, of course, is in commissions, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Tiered commissions, it's like sketch, proper outline, or proper line art, which is just an outline of. Mm-hmm. The actual art. I mean, okay, that is just the outline. As in, so a good piece of work, obviously, but it's.
Yeah, you've got sketch commissions.
What I'm getting at, not dunking on sketch commissions.
Yeah. No, if you do sketch,
I'm too afraid to make them. I'm not gonna dunk on them.
I'm not afraid to make them. So am I allowed to dunk on them?
Also no.
No.
Just don't.
Man. I'm allowed to dunk on speedrunners in a previous episode, but not sketch. No, I wasn't. No. I can't remember if I was or not.
You weren't, because I also do speedrunning, so I was like, hello? What are you saying? Stop. Halt. No,
stop, you violated the law.
You had a decent excuse. Do you also have a brother who just only does line art commissions constantly?
Yeah, there's
every day in and out.
No, I think I'm probably that brother, so that's what my brother thinks of me.
Oh, so if we bring your brother on the podcast,
like, man, I hate those line art commissions. My brother does it. Disgusting.
Every time I walk in, he's just drawing lines.
The man doesn't even use a tablet, he uses his mouse, he's insane.
Oh, no. Right, oh, God. Yeah. Oh, do you want to create some controversy?
Oh boy,
so
we didn't
get any alignment charge. Bit sad, guys. Come on, guys. My heart. Oh,
I will.
No, just kidding. No. But just a question.
Shoot.
Mouse or tablet? Because I'm in Camp Mouse.
I'm in Team Mouse as well.
I wanted to say this because I found it funny that you used a certain word when you said somewhere like halfway through the episode, sort of like 20 minutes back, you said, when I'm constructing pixel art. Yeah. That struck me as funny because that's exactly the way I feel about pixel art. And that's because I use a mouse, and that's because I generally prefer using a mouse. It feels more like I'm building a piece. Like pixel by pixel, or line tool by line tool.
But as opposed to like drawing it with big strokes,
piece than actually drawing it. Yeah. So, I mean, just a quick little question there for you. So, if you are invested enough, just one word in the comments, mouse or tablet, and we'll take a peek what's more preferred among the pixel art community. I wouldn't be surprised if it was mouse. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a tablet. Because it depends, right? I can understand that some people prefer tablet because of the style. Because for like big cloud pieces, not a lot of people. I see a lot of people doing. I can totally understand if something like a tablet is preferable in that sort of a style.
Yeah, and as opposed to just the ease of having a mouse because it doesn't cost anything. You've already got, if you're using a PC, you've already got a mouse or even a trackpad. I know people that use a trackpad for their art.
No.
So if you're on Team Trackpad, just put a troll face in the chat. Yeah, put a troll face in the comments.
Just laugh at all of our inferior minds that cannot comprehend using a trackpad.
Team Trackpad, where are you at?
Oh God, no!
All my trackpad homies, let's go. No, I actually, guilty admission here. I don't have any sort of mouse pad, and because my room's gonna be redecorated soon, I'm just sitting on the end of my bed recording this.
Oh boy.
I have a really bad setup. I've got my table and my microphone on the table, and right next to the table is my PC, my absolute chonk of a PC.
Delightful.
It's really big. Not very powerful, but it's big.
Big.
Yep. And I've got a mouse that just runs on the covers of my duvet. And that's my setup.
Mouse on a duvet.
Mouse on a duvet with wrinkles and all. Wrinkles and all. That's what I'm going to call this episode. Wrinkles and all.
No. No.
Well, it's better than my alternate option. The alternate option, laugh track. Episode 4, laugh track.
I feel like laugh track is a better alternate option. Wrinkles and all just feels
old person.
You can feel the old person smell emanating from this episode, even though it has nothing to do with that. But no, I feel like laugh track is
laugh track. Fine. I'll go with laugh track. You'll know because you're watching the video, guys. You'll know what I went for. Bart gets no say in what I pick.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. All I do is copy it and upload it to other platforms.
You come here, you talk, you copy everything, and you're done.
Done. Howdy.
Yeah. I couldn't do it without you though. Without my trusty co-host, I couldn't do it. You might be able to take a podcast episode on your own. I don't think I could.
Oh, really? You could probably do it. A little more prep than usual.
I might be able to do like 1 minute YouTube shorts where I just crop the image to a phone screen and I just go on a rant for a minute. I can do that, but maybe not a full hour long episode.
See, that's my exact problem. I don't think I could ever grab something into a minute like that. Like, oh no, I need more than that.
What sort of subjects could I cram into a minute? Like, it's just the 1 minute power minute.
Sean's power minute. Just chill.
Don't go spreading that around. All right. So my power minute. What would I have in my minute of fame? My 1 minute of fame. What kind of topic?
So like hypothetical.
Hypothetically.
You have control for some reason over video that that is guaranteed to go viral. What is going to be in the video?
My ideal video to go viral.
It's you doing a rant or talking about something in some context.
So I gotta have a topic that goes viral.
What's the topic? And perhaps even the context.
My topic would be on a realistic standpoint, I would probably want something to go viral. Me talking about ideas for stories, that kind of thing, because then it would push people.
Right.
But that's just me being really boring and plain. If I wanted to be adventurous, I would go Shrek. I want a 1 minute rant about Shrek.
Oh no! Not
what are you doing in my swamp? Or I would have 1 minute of my Muscle Man impression.
Oh no!
Yeah,
it's viral.
Yeah. Hey, YouTube, you know who else is gonna go viral?
So mine would probably just be, I don't even know what the topic would be. It would mostly just be go viral because of the incredible speed that I would be talking at. Because I have a very interesting knack to do that sometimes if I really feel like it.
I don't speak quickly. My family, I can name you so many people in my family that can speak really quickly. For example, my sister, she likes to talk really, really quickly. I would always talk really slowly. Going through school, I talked slowly to the point where it irritated my dad, where he was saying, Sean, you speak so slowly.
Hurry up.
It's like you're slurring your words. You're going around sounding like a drunk person, son. He didn't say the drunk part, but he did bring it up to me that I speak very slowly.
Yeah, no, I mean, I tend to. I hope I keep my pace at a reasonable pace.
Yeah, I can understand you.
But yeah, again, I do sometimes have an knack to kind of speed up sometimes. I mean, if I ever do that in a podcast, you can tell me to slow down or something, you know. So
whoa, Bart, slow down. Now, what was that thing again about Shrek?
Shrek, no. If there is if I have my viral video, maybe a pixel art, maybe something, probably talking about a game or a movie. Honestly,
yeah. I mean,
maybe some mathematical topic, but it would mostly go viral because I'd just be talking at such incredible speeds, like breaking records. I
think what I would really want to go viral, actually, would be something to do with the podcast, because then it would bring more attention to the podcast, and then we wouldn't be struggling to find guests or anything like that. We'd be able to get people on because people would know about it.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
Yeah. As in, we're gonna start out a bit. We're gonna keep it mellow with guests right now. We got one lined up.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to that.
We're gonna ask her. It's gonna be a good time because we ask them some questions. They give us some answers.
I am absolutely going to
in the same way.
Try and ask some big time pixel artist YouTubers if they have an hour of time.
From the get-go right now. Do it right now, buddy. No, don't.
If our first sort of third co-host or interview, however we want to take it, if that goes well, I do want to ask around a lot more, just being like, hey, this is a podcast that we've made. Would you like to spend an hour of your time talking about pixel art? And then there you go. That's kind of just how I'm going to do it. Right. I am by no means an extrovert, and talking to people, like, just randomly emailing them and being like, hey, join our podcast, it by no means comes naturally to me, though. I will say.
No. I couldn't imagine that. No, me neither. I'm terrified of that sort of stuff, so good luck with that. No,
I see you're leaving it to me. I've got no backup.
I do that a little bit as well. I feel as in we're also not interviewers. I don't know if you are in any way, but I'm definitely not.
I actually did do some interviewing a while back.
For what?
A radio station.
So actual interview. I thought it was gonna be like, for a high school project. It's like, okay.
No, I was volunteering at a festival in my nearby town, and a radio station was there doing some stuff, and I came in seeing what it was all about because they were doing courses for people that were interested. And I came in, and they said, here's some fun stuff. If you really want to try getting some stuff done, sorry. If you really want to try getting some stuff done, here's a recorder. Interview some people about the festival. So I did some interviews.
Sick.
Okay. That was, I think, 4 years, 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. I think 3 years ago.
Well, so we got someone who could do interviews. Fantastic.
There you go.
I mean, it is the intention that there is some interview portion to having a co-host, like introducing them, showing off their work a little bit.
I hope that I'm not confusing interview with interrogation. Interview is the one where you hold a light on their face and tell me, "Where's the bomb?" That's an interview, right?
Yeah, that's an interview. Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah.
So, if any of you guys wanna have a light held to your face and yelled, "Where's the bomb at?" Get in touch. I'm brilliant at that.
I don't know. I just drew it. It looked cool.
It's pixel art. Don't hurt me.
It's pixel art. It's not an actual bomb. On that note,
do you want to roll into an outro?
Yeah. On that threatening final note.
All right.
Please do actually contact us. We'd love to have guests. Since so far we found that, indeed, if you are from the USA, scheduling is going to be interesting, to say the least, because we're from Europe, if you didn't know. So that's, fantastic.
Yeah, our time zones are... I'm currently BST, because British Summer Time, so that's GMT +1.
Yeah, okay. BST, yeah. And I'm +2 then, I guess, right now.
Yeah.
Sure. One ahead of him. That's all I
1 hour. So we've got an hour between each other. So
unmanageable.
Completely impossible to work around. You guys have no idea.
Yeah. Truly horrific. But no, we'll figure stuff out. We'll have good times with other pixel artists, hopefully. If you want to have a good time with us, hit us up. We got a Twitter, Pixel Imperfect. We got a Discord server, which link we'll try to put in the description, as well as Twitter link. So, check that out. You can hit me up, Pixelate Daily on Twitter to get in contact as well, if you feel like it. Or Sean also exists.
I exist on Twitter. One day I'll remember what my Twitter username is. It's probably like BingJ16 because every other BingJ was taken. Yeah, it is. It's BingJ16. Hey, I got the number right.
Yeah.
So if you want to talk to me, BingJ16.
You're not very active on there, are you? So.
No, but I'll probably see the message.
All right.
It'll take someone to activate me.
So yeah, hit us up on any of those channels, and we'll react at some point. If you like the episode, if you want to see more, either subscribe if you're on YouTube, or do whatever you need to do on any other platform. Follow, whatever, to stay up to date. If you want to see us get bigger and better guests, even though we've had none yet, do also try and share and like this if you feel like it. And on that note, I would like to thank you all very much for watching. This was the 4th episode of the Pixel Imperfect podcast. I'm Bart.
I'm Sean.
And we're out.
All right.
Bye-bye.